and I can cut this first part out, hopefully. So welcome. I am Toni Tesler, and let me see. It looks like my camera is a little bit off. This is always tricky trying to go from Facebook to, hey, Sue, thank you for being here. Unbelievable. Okay, so camera's good. So yeah, thanks for being here. I'm Toni Tesler, ToniStamps. This is me. This is my blog spot. There's lots of good info there. Hey, Deborah. So my trials and tribulations with Facebook continue. All day I've been checking on and off, and everything's been fine. Even a half hour ago it was fine. Then I went on my phone to start the video, and no live button. And it was there, I swear, like 30 minutes ago. So I don't know. Apparently, one of my friends, Peggy, I was over there yesterday, and she was saying Gina K had put a video out last week, or maybe it was earlier this week, and about all the Facebook problems that a lot of people are having. It's not just me. So, I mean, I think it's just the app, because I can see it. I can get the live button on my desktop, but that doesn't do me any good with no camera. So, boo. Anyway, when you're here on Facebook, YouTube, let me know you're here. Say hi. Thumbs up, likes. Those are always appreciated. Let's get to it. So quickly, let me show you. These are the two journals that we made. Monday and Tuesday, I had my October class, and it was the Harvest Meadows journals. And we made these adorableness. Look at this pocket. Awesome. You can put all kinds of stuff in there. Little altered paper clip. Pockets on the inside and on the back. So we made two of those. That's this month's class to go. I call it Learning at Home. And all the info is on my blog. Again, there's at the top of the page, it says Learn at Home. So check that out. All right. So today I want to do a Halloween flip book. So you may recall, I think I just showed, this was my prototype from just trying to figure out the measurements. And it flips, and then it flips this way, and then it flips this way. And then we've got another little flip, and another one, and all these whoosie bobs. Hey, Peggy! So you found me again on YouTube because, once again, Facebook let me down. It was fine earlier. But anyway, so this is what we're making today. This idea is actually from a channel I've been watching. It's called Polly's Paper Studio, but her name, I believe, is Ginny. I can't really understand her. I think it's Ginny. I don't know why it's not Polly, but she has a lot of great ideas. I love it. And I forget what she called this, but this is her original design. So I'm just going to recreate this for you, and we're going to make it a Halloween book. So this is my prototype. Like I said, I use those, the artistic impressions papers or something with all this alcohol ink. But we're going to do Halloween. So let me put this over to the side. I'm going to be using a couple of different Halloween sets. Banner Year and Little Delights. Do a little bit of stamping. And I'm not going to doll up the pages like a lot, because it really depends on, what pictures I end up putting in here. But we're going to do some. So for the base album, you are going to need, this is the way I did it, one piece of 12 by 12 and two pieces 8.5 by 11. And I got everything I need out of that. So then we'll see. That's just cardstock. All right. Then you're going to need DSP. You're going to need 12 pieces that are 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. And this is just for the base book. And then there's a couple more things. Oh yeah, flips. Let me flip my instruction. I think some people call these things flips. Some people call them tip ends. I'm not sure that it really matters. That's this flap. So I'm going to make mine. You can make yours any size you want. But we're going to cut that out of cardstock and I'm going to do 3 of those. 3.5 by 4 1/4. And I picked this measurement so if you're using some Project Life cards, or a lot of the pattern papers now will have, they call them cut apart sheets, and they will have panels that are 3 by 4. So this will give us a nice border. So let's start with the base. Hey Gail, you found me. Didn't plan on being over here, but here I am. All right, so for the base of our album, 12 by 12. So I'm using pumpkin pie because, as I said, I'm going to use the, well, I don't think I said that. I'm going to use the cute Halloween papers because actually this is the only Halloween pack we have this year, right? So I have cut all my 12 pieces 3 7/8 by 5 7/8, and they're all vertical, at least for the way I laid this album out. So cut your papers accordingly, and I put them in the order that I want them to go in my album. So cute Halloween. Then I've got some Stitch So Sweetly die. I don't know why I cut an extra one. Let me put that over there. We'll get to this later. All right, the base piece, 12 by 12. If you have some old 12 by 12 paper, you're going to want to make sure that it really is 12 by 12. Because, you know, years ago, Stampin' Up, our paper was 11 7/8 by 11 7/8. It was not true 12 by 12. So make sure you have 12 by 12. Scoring. We want to score this at 4 and 8. And then turn it to the right once and score it at 6. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over and score the same thing just on the back side. Just because I don't know how these are going to fold up differently. All right. So 4 and 8, flip it, and then 6. All right. So here is our base piece. Now I'm going to want to cut these score marks out right here. I'm going to do that just with my scissors. Correction. I'm going to do that with my cutter. I think I can get a better trim. So I want to cut the entire score mark out. So I'm going to cut on the right side of it and then on the left side, just down to this score line, to our 6-inch score line. And I do have to stand up for this so I can see where I'm going. All right, and then I'm going to move this over a titch and cut again. And then you'll see we get this teeny tiny little piece. That's what I want. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. And then move it over just a titch. Okay. Pull this out. Whoa. That wasn't supposed to happen. All right. And then I'm going to cut this little teensy tiny little score mark out. Throw this away. Move my cutter. So our book, this is what we have. I like to look at it this way. So our book is going to come together. We're going to take this flap here. And actually, let me look over at my camera. I don't think the whole piece is showing. So let me just flip it up. So we want, this is going to be our front piece. So here's the front of our album. This actually flips out. This is a piece that we're going to glue on top, like this. So we've got our 6-inch line and our 4 and 8. So we're folding this one in, then under. This one down in the middle, then like this, flip it over, and this will be our back. Okay, we are not ready to tuck down or tape down designer paper yet. Now we need 2 pieces that are 8.5 by 11. You're going to cut them at, oh, I just dropped something. Today's not going well. So you need 2 pieces to cut out of this that are 6 by 8 1/4. And then we're going to use the leftovers to cut some of these flip bits. So we're going to score this at 4 and 4 1/4. All right, so our panels for all this are all 4 by 6. So 8 1/4, we're going to score this at 4 and 4 1/4. That means this panel is 4 by 6 and this panel is 4 by 6. Okay. And then I'm doing the same thing here. Peggy, your brain hurts. Yeah. Okay. So we've got our 2 pieces and I've scored it. Now I'm going to fold both the score marks, and I'm attaching all of this before I go and attach any designer series paper. So I'm folding both of these. So we want that little 1/4 inch lip. That's going to help us when we add pictures and things inside. All right, I'm folding these. All right, now these, both of these 4 by 6 panels, really. Remember, this is the front of our book. Oops, I grabbed too much stuff. This is the front of our book. We're going to glue this right to the top. Okay, so this is going to be our initial opening. Let's go back to our original one. So this first opened like that, and then it opens like that. So I am going to glue this, and I'm going to use my Barely Art Glue and go all around the edge, and then we're going to do the same thing on the back cover. I can't believe I missed that extra flap. How many times have I looked at this? A bunch. All right, now I need to get this on straight. So I'm going to line it up like this and squeeze them together and hope for the best. They should line up. Nice, and they do. Okay, let me give this a little press. So here we're going to have our front piece that's going to open like this, and then we close it, and then it opens like that. Then we would close this, and here's our next set, and then flip it over, and this is our back flap. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have my side piece, I'm going to glue it right on top. I love little flip books and mini books, and this one was really pretty cool. My only dilemma with this is that I only had 4 pieces of pumpkin pie cardstock left. So now I'm down to 2, and I did put my order in yesterday, so I can't mess this up. All right, I'm just pressing this down a little bit. So that's our back. Nice. All right, so once again, we open, this will be the cover that we see outside. Open this, then it flips up, then over, and we have a 2-page spread, then the whole thing over, and we're back to this is our back cover, and it opens up like the front. And I'm still ignoring that piece that I forgot about for now. So see how these 1/4 inch side piece, that's just going to give us room for some pictures or ephemera, like any little doodads that you want to put in. But let's start adding our paper. I want to put down designer series paper and my extra little tip ends or flips first. So actually, you know what? I need those. Where are they? Toni. So I cut 3 flip ends. You could do 3 or 4 really. So I want these cut at 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to score at 3 1/4. So let me bring my scoreboard. And again, I chose that because if you had a 3x4 layer that you wanted to put on here. So 3¼ So this surface, this is 3¼ by 4¼ So then you could add a mat that is 3x4. That's a pretty good size. Hey, Julie. All right. So again, 3½. I'm going to score at 3¼ and another one, 3¼ And we're going to glue these in as we go. So let me bring back the prototype first. So see how I've got it here? This is a different size. We're going to glue it behind the designer series paper before we tack it onto our book. And then the idea is you could put a picture on this side, doll this side up, whatever you want. So let me go ahead and crease down my score marks, and that's going to go in like that. So I'm going to put glue. There we go. I'm just going to make a pile of these for now. All right, we've got our base. Let's do some, we will do the front piece later. Let's get all of our designer papers down first. So I wanted this cute, what is this, bats and stuff. Now I wouldn't think really that Flirty Flamingo would be good for Halloween, but it works. And with the pumpkin pie and Highland Heather, I like it. All right, now I gotta make sure I can see here. This is a small border. Remember, my panels are 4x6. And so my designer papers, oops, that's not straight. I need to flip this out so I can see what I'm doing. My designer pieces are 4 7/8 by 5 7/8. So that's really a teeny tiny border. But that's okay. All right, so I want that on my cover. And then when I flip these open, I wanted these. So I'm going to put this color dots on the left. Now you could add photo mats, journaling, you know, whatever you want to these. Yeah, Peggy, I'm always happy with the Halloween papers. All right, so now we want this flip to go behind here because we want it to be like this and then glue this down. So the easiest way is to put glue on the inside here and then squeeze it like that. So let me put glue. And if you didn't have glue, use your sticky strip or whatever adhesive you want. I'm a fan of the glue now. All right, so I'm holding this down, squeezing it, and you want it straight. Okay. Then this makes it easier to just put glue around this whole thing versus trying to tack this piece down separately and then line it up. It's easier just to attach it to your designer paper from the beginning. All right, and then let's get this. Oops, that wanted to stick down. Okay. I didn't quite have it where I wanted it. All right, so we've got that flip. Cute. Then we're going to flip our book to our double page spread. This time I'm going to put the pieces like this. I'm trying to do like a black and white and then a color print. Oh, that's cute too, but I already used that one. I was also trying not to have do-overs. You know what? I'm wondering now if I was supposed to cut that middle flap off, because that would make sense. Oops. All right. I feel like I got that barely down in the right spot. Yep. I like this 4x6 size too, though. It's not too small, and you won't have to do too much trimming of your pictures. Like if you print 4x6 pictures, you should be able to just, you know, trim just a teensy tiny bit off and stick the whole thing down. Of course, then that covers up all your pretty designer paper, so I might not do that. But square pictures or the two little pictures. All right, now we're to the back side of our book. Wait a minute. I think I'm missing a spot. Nope. All right. Oh, yeah, I did. So our front cover was supposed to go like this and then flip up. So that's why I had extras that were out of order. All right, so I want to add this guy. I guess once you get the base down, adding your designer papers, I guess it doesn't really matter about what order you go in, but I'm into the order, so it bothered me to get it wrong. All right, let's get that down. And I'm going to put my stripes down up top here. That's good. So front cover, open this way, then this way, then this way. Then we flip over. This is our back cover, which now I'm back on track. I had a note. And I did not put any ribbon around this, like to tie it shut. I just liked all the flipping of it. But I think if you wanted to put ribbon, you should do that probably on the back before you put this designer paper down, but I was not a fan of that. Oh, and you know what I forgot? I wanted to put another flip here. That's what I get for running in my mouth, either here or here. I think I am going to try to pull this up. Because actually I am, and I can recut another piece of this because I really want to flip in here. Oh, in that case, you know what? I'm just going to recut it and tape it right over top of this. And not, then I don't have to wreck all this. So, time out. I have plenty of this paper. That's for sure. So I want that pattern with the candy corn. All right, let me just see. I had 2 packs of this, and then I've ended up smashing them together. So it's just about finding the right pattern. Oh, here we go. That was the polka dots. Okay. So 5 7/8. Oh, wrong thing. Cutter. Actually, let's go this way. 3 7/8 by 5 7/8. Yeah. Now, I want to put my flip over here on this side, and I'm going to put it down towards the bottom. So again, let's put a little glue right on this flap. And then I'm going to squeeze it, hold it in place. Yes, and then I can put this right on top of that, and that does not bother me that that's going to have an extra layer of paper. Phew. Need to pay attention. All right. I'm just going to put this right on top of what I already did. There we go. And only those of us watching are ever going to know. Then we've got this flip. Nice. All right. Back cover. And now I'm going to decorate these, and then this is going to flip up like that. So I have to decide. I think I'm going to put the flip on this one. So you guys make sure I pay attention. All right. This one I'm going to go with Scully's and stripes. Now from some of the scraps, I cut out some of these skulls, some of the cats, the pumpkin, the ghosts. I think that's why I like these papers too, because like all these images, you can cut them out. The little tombstones, and then you can still decorate with them. Yeah, stripes. I'm always surprised at how many pictures you can fit in these little books. All right, that is looking good. All right, and then final flip. I think I'm going to go this way. Oh, and here I go. I almost forgot. I wanted to put my flip. All right, flip. So glue on the inside. And let's just hold it this way. So the one I put towards the bottom, I want to put this one towards the top. I just hold that with my fingers. Okay, man, I'm glad I caught that. All right. Whoa. I shouldn't worry so much about getting this glue on my finger because it's not nearly as sticky as the other stuff. But it's just habit that I don't want to touch it. All right, so we've got this. Nice. And then my final flap. I think I am going to go in and cut this out. Ooh, that flap, that surprise flap that I didn't realize was still there. Because honestly, I don't know how you would ever get to that. Because this is the back of our book. We open this way. We open this way. Then, you know what? I guess we could just keep going. That just doesn't seem right. Because I would need 3 more pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm counting my designer series paper. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. So to need 15 pieces, that just doesn't make sense. I think I will go back later and add that, but for now, I think I'm just going to move forward with my plan for decorating the front. So what I wanted to use for this is a bunch of the word stamps from the different Halloween sets to make like a background just of words. So I've got Trick or Treat, Happy Haunting, Ghoulish Delights, and Boo. And then we're going to put a little scene on top of it with some die cuts. So I want Highland Heather, Flirty Flamingo. These are the colors right from the designer series paper. Pumpkin pie. And I've got 4 stamps, so let's go with black. Memento. All right, now this is not a very big piece. This piece is 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. And this fits on the Stitch So Sweetly die that I cut out of Highland Heather. Okay, so let's do, I want Highland Heather. And Happy Haunting. You know what, Boo I want in black. Happy Haunting I want in pumpkin pie. And I'm just fitting these in where I can. Flirty Flamingo will be Ghoulish Delights. Nope, I'm gonna go there. And here. And yes, I am all over the place. Ghoulish Delights. And then let's put Boo. I'm going to go sideways. I need another Trick or Treat. And just some hint there. So there is some white space, and I'm okay with that. I just wanted like a word art kind of background. All right, and let me put these off to the side. I will clean these later. So I'm just going to glue this on. I'm still perplexed at how I missed a whole flap because it's been at least a month. All right, taping this in. All right. So it looks a little busy, but that's okay. So I've got some extra die cuts, and then I cut some trees and a fence and a different tree. So I want to pop this up. So let's just use some dimensionals. One, two, three. And I'm going to put, let's do a couple more, because this may get, this layer may get a lot of wear and tear with all the flipping, opening. This definitely has a lot of flippy stuff, right? Oh, so Peggy said you could always notch the flips so you would see them. I don't know what you mean by notch them. You will have to explain that to me. All right. So then I've got this tree that I cut from the Beauty of Friendship dies. I had cut this one originally, and this is from the Halloween dies that everything else is cut from. But I felt that this looked a little too tiny, and I knew it was going to get lost in all those words. So I'm going to save that for something else. But I'm going to put this one on there. Now, before I do that, I wanted to make it a little sparkly. So I'm going to go with the Wink of Stella, and I'm doing just all over the tree. Very shimmery. And I'm just going to glue that down. Oops, there's a little bit stuck right there. Well, not stuck. All right, so glue all over. I love this fine tip. All right, put that there. And then I was going to give this a little fence over here. Now, when I've glued this fence on other things, I just put glue down the sides. Those like the biggest pieces that you can get or reach with the glue. And then just a couple little dots here and there. I didn't go too crazy with it. And it seems like that was enough to hold. And I'm just going to put this over here. All right. And let me bring in my die cuts. Not die cuts, my little things that little images. So this little tombstone, that is from one of these scraps of designer paper. So I'm just going to glue this on right here, kind of like it's a graveyard. So cute. And like I said, if you wanted to add ribbon, I would have put it behind the back piece before I laid down the designer paper. I may have followed up with some cardstock though on top, because I'm not always a fan of having ribbon underneath designer paper that you can see, because it shows through. Like you can see the lumps and it's just not smooth. But really, I would just leave ribbon off of here. Okay, I like that. Now I've got a bunch of extra die cuts from my one of my Halloween packets. I was thinking I may use this spider web on a page. I've got a bunch of extra spider webs. And my favorite, let's stamp this. Happy Haunting. I still really like making these tombstones out of those ornate frames dies. Okay. So now all I want to do is go in and put a few little things like on these flip out parts, because I intend to have pictures, maybe a rectangle of white for some journaling. Punch a half circle at the bottom. You could always notch the flips so you would see them. Oh, do you mean put a half-inch circle at the bottom of this? At the bottom. Okay. All right, so for this, I want to use this tree. But I've got a witch's hat too. I just want a few Halloween-y things. And I could have extra, another fence, some tickets. So for this one, I think I want to have, and I want to keep things flat. All right. And actually, you know what? I want to put this tree down first. I've decided that. I don't want to bulk up these decorated pieces, because I really want to save the bulk for, you know, pictures or whatever else I want to put on here. So I'm going to put this here. And that down here. That's another thing I like about this glue, is that if it comes out like this, if it squishes out, I just rub it a little bit and it's not sticking. It'll come right up. It's not like the other Tombow glue. All right, and then we'll put a few little, so I cut some of these ghosts and the pumpkin. Notice some of the ghosts, this came from the edge of a paper. It's still gonna work because I can glue it right over here. Right on the edge of my flip. There we go. And I like this because I still have room to journal or add a little something. Punch a half-inch circle like on a pocket, but at the bottom of the flip so you can see it flips. Oh, I see what you mean. Like here. So that you would know. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I guess I just knew it was, you know, it flips anyway. But I see what you mean. Okay, so this, I think all I wanted to put up here was maybe one of these tags, and I want to tie in the pumpkin and the kitty cat that I cut from up here. So I want to have him here, And again, I'm putting him right on the edge because I cut him off the edge of the piece of paper. So I'm just going to glue. Glue him there. And then this guy I'm going to have here hanging off a little bit. Oh, actually, you know what? Before that, I do want to put a little bit of, I'm going to use the gingham. So this is on back order, I think till the beginning of November. But, I mean, that's not the end of the world. It is if you wanted this for a Halloween project. I understand that. I'm just going to staple this on here. So I know I'm going to cover this up, this area right here with my pumpkin. So I'm just holding my ribbon in place. And I'm going to go in here with a stapler. And then I will add my pumpkin right on top. So yeah, the ribbon, I know it's not going to work if you wanted it for Halloween projects with it being on back order. But if you're not, I mean, you can use some other black ribbon. I like that. And then I'm just going to put this in right up here. And I'm actually going to glue just the corner so that if you did want to tuck something up here, like if your picture, you didn't want to cut it. I'm not saying for a tuck spot necessarily. Oops, and I realized that's out of camera. Because a tuck spot, you would normally put it like at the bottom so stuff wouldn't fall out. But I'm saying if you wanted to like shove your picture, slide it up under there instead of cutting it. So I'm still going to just put glue around these 3 edges just to leave the option open. And that's just for final decorating, right? Like I'm going to be the one to put pictures in here so I'll know what I want to do. But I just want a little something. And I like that that ties in with our bottom piece. Cute, 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 cute. All right. Now notice all my flips, I kept them at pumpkin pie. Even though I knew that, you know, I'd have other colors, I wanted to keep it as the same color as my base, which was the pumpkin pie. So no matter what, I wanted that to be consistent. All right. Now this one, I want to use this layer. And then I'm going to put up some of the ghosts, the other things that I cut out. So I'm just gluing. Actually, I'm going to put this right in the middle. And then I'm going to have another ghost. So again, this one I cut from the side of a piece of paper. So I want that flat edge to go on the side like that. Oh, cute, cute, cute. All right, I thought I had another little tombstone cut out. Excuse me while I look again. All right, I'm gonna cut one of these out. Yeah, because I had another ghost. Did I use my ghost face? Nope, nope, nope. All right, so these are easy enough to cut out. These little tombstone guys. And I'm just really quickly going around this. The more and more I think about it, I am quite certain I'm supposed to cut that extra flap off. All right, so this tombstone's gonna hang out like by himself. And actually, I'm gonna put these kind of like down in the corner because if I have a small picture, I can put that here like that. Just for size, let me, this is me and my husband. So this is one of those 2.5 by 3s. All right, so I can put that under there. Actually, let me move this. I think I would have to use a different picture and like cut it. It would go there, but then it's covering up my whole thing. So smaller picture needed. But I'm going to put that little guy right there. Man, I'm lucky that landed up. Ugh. Alright. I'm going to hold that there for a minute. I do have a witch's hat left. Another spider web. Oh, I want to use the glittery spider web. Okay, so flip. And then journaling or something there. And then our back page, which I don't want to do a whole lot of decorating on anyway, because I think it would get wrecked. So on this page, and then we've got our flip. So let's put something on this last one. Here's where I will use my spider web. And actually I'm going to do, where's that witch's hat? I'm going to just have my spider web here, and then the witch's hat right on top. So I cut this one out of black glitter paper, which I'm pretty sure is still available. But if you don't have glitter paper, you can always cut a spider web out of, you know, just black cardstock and then really dazzle it up with your Winkostella. All right, let me press this down for a minute. And then I'm going to want glue. I'm going to put the witch's head like right in the center. Again, leaving plenty of room around for other stuff. Let's off to the center. Do you like how I changed my mind? Like midway. Yeah, Peggy, these are cute. I love all the flips and stuff. I wish I hadn't been so scatterbrained at the beginning with the extra piece. So here's what I'm talking about, girls. This extra flap, I'm cutting this off. And I think I will have to go back later and add 2 more pieces and maybe another flip to this. But this, I just didn't want to... I could keep it. You know what? Let's keep it. I'll just have to deal with that later. I think this is about... I'm going to call this done for now, other than those last 3. Oh, I wanted to add some gems. I had some black... I want to add some black dots. Not dots. Yeah, black matte dots. Here we go. You could do rhinestones or something sparkly. I really wanted something like the opal rounds, but black, because I like the sparkle. Oh, Toni, cut as a diagonal and make a pocket. Good idea. Yes, Peggy. Let's do that right now. You know what? I'm still going to have to cut it off. But then I see what you mean. Then I could cut it at an angle and put the pocket here. Yes. So I hope that's what you mean, because that's a good idea. So let's do that. I just want to unflip all of this so that I get a good cut, because I'm going to cut this by hand. Make sure nothing is under here that I'm going to cut accidentally. All right, this is tricky to hold. Okay. Hope that's what you meant, because that's what's happening. All right. Let me make sure I've got it right back. So front cover, and then flip up, and then flip over and open, then flip again, and this is our back. And then we've got this flip, and then we flip up here and back here, and then one more in the middle. So yes, I see what you mean now. This is what I want. So I'm going to cut this, and you know, I could actually, I could use this as a belly band too. I could put a belly band right here, stuff that you can, you know, tuck stuff in. So I do like this one. All right, belly band is, this was just leftover from what I cut. I do have to trim this down. So when I cut that 3 7/8 off, so this is 2 1/8. Excellent teamwork, Peggy. Thanks for getting me back on track. 5 7/8. And actually, I'm going to cut this down to 5 3/4 because I don't want it to go right to the tippy top. All right, this piece, I want to trim it down 3 7/8 by 5 7/8, and then cut it at a diagonal. And that's just, I trimmed that 1/8 of an inch off. Otherwise, our pocket would have gone, you know, it would have covered the hole. It would have gone from this edge over. I wanted just a teensy little border. And I'm going to do some stamping on that so that it stands out a little bit. All right, but for this belly band, let's put glue right at the tippy top and the bottom. And what I would tuck in here, I would make some tags, or at least one tag, and slide that in. And do I have a tag? No, let's just use a piece of paper. So I would just put something, you know, a smaller tag that would maybe hang out just like this much, or something smaller in general that would fit. I do like the belly bands. Then you can also add some other stuff here. All right, let's do stamp some pumpkin pie. I want some tone-on-tone stamping on here. And what did I use for pumpkin pie? Happy Haunting. Actually, we can use all of these. I can just clean them really quick. And some spider webs. So just some random spider webs. And, oh yeah, Ghoulish Delights. Let's put some of these in here. And these I'm not going to keep straight. I'm going to do all these words at an angle, wherever they will fit. And let's get some Boo and Happy Haunting. So, good. We made quick work of that. And I just dropped my chamois on the floor. So I have to dig that up. All right, now glue. We're just going to put glue down these two sides. As I'm trying to concentrate. Okay. And there we go. Nice. And then we can have our, oops, I should have let that dry all the way. Then we have our pocket. Very nice, wonderful. Thank you, Peggy. I love that. Okay, so now let's put some of these dots. And I just want to put the dots on the front. So let's do a big one, and thinking 2 little ones. Actually, a couple more. I feel like this is going to need 5. A smaller one and then a bigger one. Okay. I feel like that's all the way a straight line, which I don't normally like, but I'm happy with it. Okay. Awesome. So we figured out, or Peggy figured out what to do with that extra flap. And now I have another scrap of pumpkin pie to get me through until my order comes. So that'll work. All right. Final flip through. So we've got our tree from Beauty of Friendship dies, and then our fence from the others. What are those? The Halloween dies. I can't remember the name of them now. Tombstone. So we flip. We've got this flip. Then we flip up. Then open this way and this way. And you could have had a flip on this side too, so it would go out like that. And then we'll flip. This is our back cover. And flip. And then this way. And here. And then one more. Nice. Awesome. Let's tuck some stuff in here so we know what's up. I can have some things and pictures. You could have pictures in there. So, all right, that's all I have. And it is an hour, which I do try to keep it under an hour. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're going to make a book, paw through your papers, see what you have, see what, you know, designer papers you have, or you could always stamp and make your own papers. So, and now I've got this pile of leftovers that I'll have to figure out how to do something with, or not how to, but figure out what I want to do with them. I'm thinking some tags or something. So thanks a lot for being here. I know it's always a challenge trying to figure out where I am these days, Facebook or YouTube. But I gotta tell you, I may just have to make an executive decision to stay on YouTube for the time being. Please, before you leave. Oh yeah, thumbs up, please, before you leave. Exactly. Thanks, Peggy. Yes, subscribe and likes. That will always be appreciated. But I will let you guys know, I just think for my own mental state, I'm just going to have to plan on being on YouTube for at least a week or two, because I don't like this last minute, having to change things last minute. Like, you know, I was ready to set up and ready for Facebook, and then it was a no-go. It's getting to be too much. So, all right, enjoy. Next week, I can't remember what I had in mind next week. I've got to check my list. So, but let me know. Here's our last look at our journals. Oh, and see, this is how I use my pocket. I've already got stuff in here, and this is mine, that my prototype is for me. So I've got like 4x6, you know, Post-its and note cards, and they fit right in here perfectly. And then I've already got stuff written in. So this is my plan for finishing my calendars. I'm liking it. All right, so let me know about that class if you're interested, and I'm going to get my blog post. Yeah, Gail, I don't know what, but it'll be something. It'll be something off my list, that's for sure. All right, you guys. Thanks again for being here, and I will catch you later. I got to find the X button. Okay, here we go. All right, bye.